My name is Ann Heath, and I own Pink Cake Box in Danville, New Jersey. I started Pink Cake Box about 4 years ago, and I actually started out of a restaurant kitchen as a pastry chef, and then I moved on to my mom's kitchen. I worked there for about 1.5 years, and slowly the business started growing, and soon I knew I needed a commercial space. So now we've been here for about 2 years, and the business has about quadrupled since I started it. While I was in pastry school, I sort of fell in love with cake. I had an internship with Ron Ben Israel Cakes, and I sort of found my passion there. And I knew I wanted to start my own business because I had a lot of my own ideas and my own creativity that I wanted to sort of express through cake. And I really started it as a really small little infant and just sort of made cakes for friends and family, and slowly my name got out there. And it sort of snowballed into what it is today. I'd say the recipe to my success is starting small. I sort of learned how to become a business owner and a cake designer at the same time while sort of keeping my overhead low. My first Food Network challenge was Battle of the Brides. And I was paired up with the bride as my assistant. And it was sort of an unrealistic circumstance because I was sort of devising a cake from scratch in just 8 hours. It was a little daunting because I didn't finish as well as I wanted to. But it was overall a great experience because I learned a lot about myself and about how to sort of function on those types of competitions. So we've been able to do some fun cakes. One of the most interesting cakes was Rachel Ray's 40th birthday cake. And we actually made a replica, exact replica of her show set, the kitchen set. And it was about 4 feet long and 3 feet deep. It was like a diorama of her entire kitchen. So we did every little detail. It was pretty intense. We were up to like 3 in the morning doing it, but it was really fun and she loved it. So it was a great experience. Usually for my wedding cakes, I will meet with the bride and the groom, and I love to sort of get a feel of the couple themselves and then a feel for the wedding. And then I'll bring the two together and I'll say, you know, they're a really fun, eclectic couple and their wedding is sort of contemporary, and then I'm going to mix it together using their color inspiration from their florals or their bridesmaid dresses or even their invitations. I usually recommend a couple comes in anywhere between 6 and 9 months before the wedding. Some even coming a full year in advance. Really give me enough time to sort of formulate my ideas and get any sugar pieces together that might need a long time to make. I'm usually inspired by the invitation that's chosen for the wedding, as well as the centerpieces, the florals they're using, the bride's gown. A lot of times we'll sort of mimic the ruching on the dress or any beading detail, bows, anything like that. So basically all the different elements, decorative elements in the wedding, I draw inspiration from. My advice to couples planning the design of the cake would be to sort of listen to what their baker has to say. Generally, we have an idea of what will work in the room better than the couple. But that being said, I think it's also important that they stay true to what they like. A lot of brides and grooms are coming in and they want color on their cake. They don't want it to look like a traditional wedding cake. We'll do topsy-turvy styles or different shapes, which sort of brings a different new edge to the cake. Some of our popular flavor combinations for wedding cakes would be chocolate with raspberry chambord, vanilla with hazelnut frangelico, and chocolate ganache. People aren't choosing like vanilla with vanilla, so it's a little bit different. And we're also doing a lot of cupcakes now for wedding cakes, and we put them on cupcake towers. The process to make most of the cakes, I would say, would be a minimum of 8 hours, and they'll go up to even 40 hours. And that's really baking, filling, squaring off, fondanting, stacking, and decorating. And a lot of the preparation that goes into making some of these cakes, like doing sugar flowers, it will take 12, 15 hours just to make the flowers. I think some of the signature designs are ones that are very clean. We do a lot with cummerbunding and big bows and maybe some crystal brooches. The favorite part of my job would be when I get a picture or an email or a phone call, the Monday after a wedding, and hearing, the bride's elated voice or seeing a great picture of her with her cake, and they just love it, and it's just such a great feeling to know that all of the hard work was so appreciated by them.